Understand me? This is the craziest part about all this, right? This is what men and especially men need to understand. Men, you have to go earn your value. Women are born with their value. Most women, let's just cut to the chase, right? Most women who are actually deemed quote unquote valuable or influenced within even within our circle of friends and family on Facebook, right? The women who look the best usually get the most response for as likes and loves and stuff. There are exceptions. There are some women who don't look the part, but they have some clout or personality, and they kind of whatever they, especially from small town Tyler, Texas, which is where we're from. Most people still live off the cloud of who they were in high school. Me, on the other hand, I'm living off the cloud of who I am right now. See, I get way more engagement and way more response people. You've seen this yourself. I get way more response people in real life than I do on social media.
Yeah.
It's people who on social media get a bunch of likes and a bunch of love. But if they come into the same realm with me outside in real life, they ain't gonna get nothing. I can go outside right now. What I got on, I'm not gonna make it to the club before somebody go stop me and say, "Hey, who are you?" It's just something that's on me now. You seen it with your own eyes.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a little Cujo points for that, whatever. But the point that I feel like that most definitely needs to be made in our topic of discussion tonight is that
the thing on the show, can we all get along, right? So how do we accomplish the task of us doing this instead of doing this?
Okay, well, I see what you're saying, but society has pushed a narrative on people, you know, to where if one don't do it, another one will. Or, you know, if he ain't gonna do it, then fine, you know, do it yourself. If, you know, one way to make sure it gets done right is do it on your own, you know. And does that not apply to the man and the woman? Like, is it fair to say that a single woman shouldn't thrive and be as vested in herself as a single man?
Well, she should be a sustained human being, especially nowadays, and she should have value. But it's a difference between a woman who plans to stay single her whole life and a woman who plans to have a husband. So there's a slippery slope. There's a delicate balance you have to, and that's something you have to take on as a woman if you decide to engage in quote unquote corporate maker and go get the bag. There's certain stipulations and certain things in certain ways you got to move when you're at home that you can't move. You're not gonna move the same way if you like.
You can't be a boss at home and at the job.
If you may be in a leadership position which demands a certain level of masculinity from you while you're at work, right? You gotta learn how to turn that off at home. That's the sacrifice you have to make as a woman when you decide to have a career. You can't have everything.
Okay, so why does the man get to be the boss at work and the boss at home?
That's just how God designed it. Women ain't designed to really be working like that anyway. Women are supposed to be nurturing and mentor the kids.
Yes, absolutely. So how do we get the woman back at home and nurturing? How do we get the woman out of the boss mode and back at home and nurturing? That's the key.
Men have to get themselves in better financial position to sustain that. That's number one.
Okay, how?
They gotta get better skill sets. Me personally, what I did was I went to school for 8 to 9 months and stepped in my car for 8 to 9 months, and I grinded out, and I got myself in a position where I went from homeless to $100,000, and that's where we can film this show in this nice establishment we have right now.